Might as well have been walking up to my head on the way to the polling station, putting a gun in my head, trying to tell me not to vote.
And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. So yesterday was election day in America. Always a messy process. Some good results for Republicans, some bad results for Republicans. It's just how it goes. Democracy's messy. What can you do? You know, right? The number one thing you can do is you can hey, step up for a lip, right? Smile on your face. Decide that you have a winning message, that you have things that you believe in, and carry on, knowing that this isn't the end. It's not the end of your life, right? This isn't your religion. You're not so broken in your brain that you don't want to live around or talk to any you're not a sadist, except for that's exactly what we saw yesterday in Virginia with a man who always looks like they always look like this, right? The physiognomy is perfect on these people. Fat belly noodle arms is what I call it. Noodle arm, like skinny, teeny little arms and a big fat belly and cargo shorts. Man, just chef kiss perfection. This guy had like an absolute apoplectic coronary at a Republican who's there to just register votes in Virginia. This went thermonuclear, unhinged progressive confronts Republican pollster in Arlington on election day. This guy is just peak man who has had his life broken by Donald Trump. Watch.
When you people tried to overthrow the election, you might as well have been walking up to my head on the way to the polling station, putting a gun in my head, trying to tell me not to vote. You expect me not to take that personally? You try to overthrow elections with violence, and then you're out here among decent people.
Thanks for
coming out. What do you have to say that, huh? What are your policy prescriptions?
Have a nice day. You
rapist rights? Yeah. Involving yourself in people's families and their bedrooms?
Pretty wild.
You animal. You try to steal my vote next year, I'm gonna remember you personally.
Thank you.
I'm taking a picture of you. Is that all right?
Yeah, you
Permission?
can. Yeah. It's a one-party state.
Bird. Yeah, one-party state. You want a one-party country is what you want.
Hey, sir, how are you? Headed in to vote? Yeah. Could I get your Republican sample ballot? Sure, thank you.
You know, try not to be buddy-buddy with these people because they put on the face of a good neighbor, but they support lynch mobs or the KKK, or they're Bible-beating bigots and freaks.
The Birkenstocks and the cargo shorts. Look at the guy. Look at him. Oh my God. Don't ever become this guy, okay? So I'm of the right. I'm a conservative, right? I do my best to obviously profess and to make the case for my worldview and for the way I think the best charted path for the country. But let me tell you something. I love criticizing the Republican Party. I like criticizing my fellow Republicans, especially when they suck at their jobs. I am not a big-time one-party guy, and I would never get so spun up that I would attack someone in public like that. I mean, I don't think these people know each other. This is just a Democrat inside of this micro, so what he does, you see, Arlington, you have so many government employees there, right? Whose entire lives depend on Democrats being in charge and the government growing exponentially forever so that they can afford their cargo pants and their McDonald's and their skinny little noodle arm, fat belly noodle arm body type. And this guy has obviously had his brain broken. He watched so much MSNBC and so much central programming and had been psyoped so hard that his brain broke. His brain's broke. And you don't have to feel sorry for these people. You don't really need to feel sorry for these people because they're repulsive people. Fat belly noodle arms, I tweeted. Beta energy oozing. Hysterical cuck life. I feel bad for him. Imagine living like this. That's right. You're wrinkly, droopy, saggy, dumpy shirt and your cargo shorts, dude. Man, seriously, the cargo shorts. This person thinks you're in a cult. God, my X mentions are so great. Oh, it's so great. All symptoms of soy overdose. Oh, Jack Posobiec tweeted, man, these people, not only do they vote, these are what the jury pools are made of. The jury pools are made up of guys like this. Guys like this lie their way onto juries in order to make sure that you go to prison. You wonder why they refuse to move any of the January 6th trials outside of Washington, D.C., because these are the people they need in their jury pools. They must have this man in their jury pool. Well, again, you don't have to feel sorry for him. I think, like, I don't actually feel sorry for this person, but imagine being this person, right? Imagine having my happiness, my joy is tied up in what I do every day, right? Connecting with my audience and my family and my children and my community, my church, my religion, my faith, my friends. And, you know, what's crazy about living for the last 15 years in Washington, D.C., I'm not there anymore, but a lot of my friends happen to also not agree with me politically. That's okay. Some topics you just avoid. But there's more to life than this, man. And this is what it looks like when you have nothing other than politics in your life. Oh my God, is he walking over to a Prius? I didn't see that at the end of the video. Hold on. He's walking over to his Prius. Hold on. I think that's his car. Oh, it's so good. This guy, give him his own show at MSNBC. I want to watch this guy. I was watching Jesse Waters, and he had a really great clip, a really great segment on this dude. Also bringing on the man who made this go viral, a Republican Party member named Matthew Hurt from Virginia, proud Virginian, working at the Leadership Institute. Check this out.
Voter suppression, even voter intimidation.
We are really truly facing an environment of fascism. And in the United States of America, this type of intimidation at the polls brings us to Jim Crow.
Well, today there was a big election in Virginia. What do you call this?
All MAGA needs to go to Gitmo. You Republican MAGA are scum. You're scum, buddy.
Revving your car engine and threatening Republicans outside the polls kind of seems a little bit like voter intimidation to me. It's just me, maybe. Democrats have been doing this for years. Look what happened when a white guy showed up to vote at a Philly precinct back in 2008.
Hi, I'm here at 1221 Fairmount in Philadelphia, and there's a guy with a billy club right here. No. I think it might be a little bit intimidating that you have a stick in your hand. That's why, you know?
Yes. Who are you to decide? No, I'm an attorney.
I mean, that's a weapon, so that's why I'm a little worried.
Who are you to decide?
I mean, I am a concerned citizen, and I'm just worried that you might be...
So are we.
Okay.
That's why we're here.
Okay, but you have a nightstick in your hand.
Did the guy brandishing the billy club get in trouble? No. Eric Holder let him off the hook. But back to Virginia, where Democrat after Democrat intimidated Republicans at the polls today.
Might as well have been walking up to my head on the way to the polling station, putting a gun to my head, trying to tell me not to vote. You expect me not to take that personally? And what's on what are your policy prescriptions?
Have a nice day.
Rapist rights, involving yourself in people's families and bedrooms.
It's pretty wild.
You animal.
Matt Hurt, the poll greeter who was confronted in that clip, joins me right now. So, Matt, what's the deal with this guy?
Jesse, it's great to be with you. This is the Tolerant Left in Arlington, Virginia. The Arlington County Republican Committee, for which I'm the chairman, is working hard to earn the votes of people across Arlington. And Democrat voters and progressive activists are not excited about it. They're very upset that we are organizing in this community, organizing behind enemy lines in Northern Virginia. And this is just one manifestation of that frustration and anger and lunacy that we saw today in Arlington.
And so describe what the feelings are of these Democrats when they see someone like yourself, I guess, as you said, behind enemy lines. Like you're not allowed to go ask for people to vote in other neighborhoods. Only certain neighborhoods are allowed.
So in Arlington, Virginia, 80% of my neighbors, living and dead, voted for Joe Biden in 2020. And so the Arlington Republican Committee has an uphill battle. We dispatched poll greeters across Arlington today. I was one of those. I went to 3 locations before the location you see in the video. And I was there for about 10 minutes when this guy came up. I said, would you like a Republican sample ballot? And he flew off the handle. What you're seeing in this clip and online, Jesse, is actually the second interaction I had with him. He went off the handle on the way in. I assumed that he would do it on the way back, so I put my phone in my shirt pocket and hit record, and sure enough, he did it. And I'll let you know, Jesse, I think this is the first time I've said this today. I am pursuing charges. I've filed a police report because there is a history, allegedly, a history of this gentleman engaging in this kind of activity, intimidating people that he doesn't agree with politically, and showing up at political events of his political opponents and causing a ruckus.
Maybe you just found Jim Crow. I think you just did. We'll have to check out who this guy is.